Coming up on Press Pass, the SMU football team has its first scrimmage of the spring. We'll hear from head coach Chad Morris on how he thinks the team is progressing.
Plus, we'll hear from SMU swimmer Isabella Arcilla, who updates us on her Olympic aspirations and life after SMU.
And I'll update you on the NCAA men's basketball tournament and the latest on the Mavs and Stars. All this and more coming up on Press Pass, SMU Spotlight on Sports. Let's go.
Welcome to Press Pass, SMU Spotlight on Sports. I'm Demetrio Teniente, alongside Taylor Hardy.
We've got a jam-packed show for you today, and we're going to kick things off by taking you out to Ford Stadium, where the Mustangs held their first scrimmage of the spring. Fans, media, and high school recruits flocked to the hilltop for the Mustangs' first scrimmage of the Chad Morris era. Practice was once again high energy, but players are still adjusting to Coach Morris's new up-tempo practice style. Almost 2 weeks into spring practice, and Morris is happy with the progress he has seen, but admits the team still has a long way to go before being game ready.
We're a long way from being where we need to be. I mean, don't make no mistake about that. But the good thing about it is we've got a long way to go and to get to that first game. So we'll keep getting better, we'll keep hitting the tree in the same spot every day. That's all we do.
The Mustangs will have another open practice on April 11th, and a week later we'll have a full-fledged spring game on the 18th in Ford Stadium. All fans are welcome.
The men's basketball team season was one for the record books, so it's no surprise the accolades continue to roll in. On Tuesday, Mustangs point guard Nick Moore was selected to the Associated Press All-American Honorable Mentions list. Moore was also the AAC Player of the Year, led the Mustangs in scoring, assists, and steals. He is just the 8th Mustangs all-time to earn All-American honors and the first since Quentin Ross did it following the 2002-2003 season. And he wasn't the only Mustang to earn some national recognition. That's right, Moore, along with senior Yannick Moreira and junior Marcus Kennedy, were selected to the National Association of Basketball Coaches All-District 25 team, the organization announced on Friday. Moore earned first-team honors, while Kennedy was Moreira earned second-team selections. The trio of Mustangs were selected by nearly 5,000 members of the NABC, which consists of college men's basketball coaches across the country.
Now, switching things up to the pool. Last week, senior swimmer Isabella Arcilla took home Press Pass's Player of the Week honors. This week, Press Pass's Sydney Nelson spoke with the Columbia native about her accomplishments and her future plans.
Senior Isabella Arcilla has left quite the mark on the SMU women's swim team. At the American Athletic Conference Championship, Arcilla broke the SMU school record in the 50 freestyle.
I think that, first of all, she has the ability to keep a very positive attitude throughout the season. She's very determined. She sets high goals for herself, and she's willing to do things outside the pool and after practice that make the difference for her. This season getting to the next level.
Not only does she work hard, but she leads her team by example and with her positive attitude.
I would say, most importantly, in terms of swimming, she's very dedicated to what she does and always has the goal in the front of her head, in front of her mind. And one thing that's really impacted me is the way that she is so encouraging of my goals as well.
Tough thing whenever you have a senior, but as big of a contributor as she's been, we lose a lot from a team standpoint, but probably most importantly is just the type of attitude that she has.
Her swimming career at SMU may be over, but she is definitely not finished swimming.
I'm in the Colombian national team looking to go to Pan American Games and World Championships this summer and the Olympic Games next summer. I'm focused on my swimming career for the next year to prepare for the Olympics and represent Colombia, so I'm very invested into that.
In order to prepare for the upcoming events, Arcilla will continue to train with her coach, Steve Collins.
I'll have the opportunity to keep working with her this next year as we prepare for the Olympic Games, and she's really looking forward to that, and I am as well. So although we'll miss her from the college team, I'll still have the opportunity to work with her.
For Press Pass, I'm Sydney Nelson.
Thanks, Sid. The 2014-15 swimming season has come to a close. However, select swimmers will compete in the Mesa Grand Prix on April 15th to 18th in Mesa, Arizona. Well, after sweeping their matches over the weekend, the SMU women's tennis team continued their winning ways, beating nearby rival UT Arlington 4-2. SMU won the doubles point to take a 1-0 lead, but the Mavericks knotted it all up at 2-2 after the first 3 single matches. However, senior Holly Werner and sophomore Dasha Sharapova won their matches to secure the Mustangs' W. With the win, the Mustangs improved to a 14-4 on the season and will travel to Memphis this Friday to take on the Tigers.
Sticking with tennis, the SMU men's team battled it out with UT Arlington Tuesday evening as well. The Mavericks went into singles play with a 1-0 lead after winning the first 2 doubles matches and taking the point. But the Mustangs weren't going down without a fight. SMU received singles wins from sophomore Marcus Kerner, junior Nate Lamons, and freshman Sam Butler, knotting the match at 3. But the Mavericks won the final singles match 7-6, 3-6, and 7-6, securing the overall 4-3 win over the Mustangs. SMU will be back at it against the 22nd ranked USF Bulls Friday at the SMU Tennis Complex. And as always, Press Pass honors one student athlete for their performance the previous week. This week's Player of the Week is women's track and field athlete Isabella Martin.
Martin, who is just a freshman, took home the AAC Field Performer of the Week award after winning the triple jump and placing 4th in the high jump at the Bobcat Invitational. The Stuttgart, Germany native might just be a freshman, but she's jumping like a pro. Martin's triple jump distance of 13.21 meters is the best in the country so far this outdoor season.
Congrats, Isabella. Can you jump that high?
Absolutely not. I did high jump in middle school, came 5th out of 11th at a big regional, but distance, I don't think so.
No, absolutely not. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, Nikki will have your hot topics. Stay tuned.
Mustang 11 is a program with about 30 first-year students, and it's a student spirit and leadership development organization.
For me, Mustang 11 stands for Unity, Spirit, Tradition. It's what made me the most comfortable on campus as a first-year student, and it also gave me an opportunity to be a first-year leader that I don't think anyone else can get.
I decided to join Mustang 11 because my corral leader, Jack Murphy, encouraged me to, and I'm a very spirited person, and I love SMU, and I wanted to do all I could to contribute to school spirit here.
Students can choose to paint up before, they can choose to wear crazy costumes, but whatever they do, they're going to be running onto the football field, they're going to be leading SMU in the student section, and they're all going to be having a really fun time doing it.
For more information on Mustang 11, visit orgs at SMU. Welcome back to Press Pass. I'm Nikki Chavanel, and I've got all the hottest topics from around DFW and the rest of the USA. This week, we're kicking things off with the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs faced off against another Texas team this past Friday, losing to the Spurs 76-94. Monte Ellis had to sit out the final quarter and a half, leaving the court on crutches. Mark Cuban took to Twitter to ask fans to post the video of what he says is Ellis getting hit in the face and arm to, quote, wake the NBA up. The Mavs also lost Sunday to the Pacers, but the margin was much less, just 99-104. It was a mixed bag for the Dallas Stars this week. Friday's game against the Oilers was a bust, with the Stars losing 0-4. They came back Saturday to win 4-3 against the Canucks, and then the Stars lost Monday night's game against the Flames, bringing their season record to 37-30-10. The Monday's game was crucial for the team as they near playoffs. The Stars are 6 points behind Winnipeg for the conference's wild card, and there are only 5 games left for them to earn that spot. Looking forward to baseball season, the Rangers finalized their starting rotation by adding Nick Martinez. Martinez is set to pitch the second or third game of the opening series against the Athletics. He has allowed just 1 run over 10.2 innings this spring and beat out 4 other pitchers for the spot. The Rangers have also finalized their opening day starter. Giovanni Gallardo will throw the first pitch of the season. The team has not had the same Game 1 starter for the last 7 years. Teammate Yu Darvish has yet to throw the first pitch of the season, and he was not in the running this year. He is still recovering from Tommy John surgery and is not expected to play until the 2016 season. Gallardo will pitch against the Oakland A's Sonny Gray on the road Monday. And this year's Final Four is set in Indianapolis. The undefeated Kentucky Wildcats narrowly escaped a 68-66 victory against Notre Dame thanks to 2 clutch free throws from Andrew Harrison with 6 seconds left. The Wildcats will take on the Wisconsin Badgers, who took down the Arizona Wildcats behind a career-high 27 points from Sam Decker and another 29 points from Frank the Tank Kaminsky. The other matchup in Indianapolis will be between 2 coaching legends, Duke's Mike Krzyzewski and Michigan State's Tom Izzo. That's all I've got for Hot Topics this week. Now back to Demetria with Taylor at the desk.
Thanks, Nikki. Now with the Final Four this weekend, we're going to stick to college basketball as our topic for the 2-minute warning. Wisconsin will play Kentucky and Duke will play Michigan State. Demetrio, how do you see this next round of games playing out?
Well, I got to tell you, that first game that Nikki mentioned, Duke and Notre Dame, or Kentucky and Notre Dame, excuse me, after watching that game and seeing how close Notre Dame came to pulling off the upset, I gotta like Wisconsin's chances.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think that rattled Kentucky, and I think that it said to Wisconsin, I mean, Wisconsin's better than Notre Dame, and they know that, and they're gonna say, look what Notre Dame almost did, we can do that.
And you know, with Duke, they've won, in the Coach K era, they've already won 4 championships. I gotta think they're gonna make a really good, strong run for 5.
I think you're right. I am a fan of Michigan State. I like the underdog. I like them coming up and doing what they've done as a 7 seed, but I mean, you got to give it to Duke.
I think a proven winner, you got to stick with it.
Yep. All right, before we take a break, it's time for some SMU trivia.
Earlier in the show, we recapped the men's tennis team's loss to UT Arlington. Now, the Mustangs sit at 17-6 on the season. So our question for you is, when was the last time the men's tennis team had this many wins in a season?
We'll have the answer after the break.
Plus, we'll recap the rest of the action from around the hilltop with your quick hits.
I'm so excited for nationals. I competed in dance all since I was 3 years old, so I'm really excited to be back in the competition world. I think it's really fun. It's a great way for me to express myself.
For more information on the Palm Squad, visit their Facebook page.
Welcome back to Press Pass. It's time for the answer to this week's trivia question. Before the break, we asked you, when was the last time the men's tennis team had this many wins in a season?
Well, the answer is 2011, when they had 17 as well. The Mustangs will have a chance Friday to up their win total to 18, which will be the most they've had in a season since they had 19 back in 2008. All right, now let's get to your quick hits of the week. The SMU women's equestrian team fell to Fresno State 12-4 in the United Equestrian Conference Championship over the weekend. The Mustangs were all tied up with the Bulldogs 4-4 after the Hunt seat, but lost the Western 8-0. SMU's season concludes with the NCEA National Championship, which kicks off April 16th in Waco. All-American diver Devin Burnett finished off his SMU career with a 21st place finish in the flat form competition at the NCAA Championship in Iowa. The Plano native finished with a score of 341.85, which left him out of the consolation finals and regular finals. Despite the tough finish, Burnett's career achievements have not gone unnoticed, and he is the first SMU All-American diver since 2009.
After a scoreless first half, the SMU women's soccer team came away with the victory thanks to Chanel Abdulu goal in the 55th minute. Sorry about that. The Mustangs took down Mississippi State 1-0 thanks to Abdulu's goal and 3 saves from goalie Shannon Marone. SMU will look to tally their second win of the spring when the Mustangs take on the Texas Women's College Thursday at 7 p.m. on Westcott Field. The SMU track and field team was all over the state of Texas this weekend. Not only did Martin take home first place in the triple jump at the Bobcat Invitational, but sophomore Tochi Lemchi and junior Lucia Sijnovic also took home golds in their respective events. Lemche won the shot puts with a distance of 15.49 meters, while Sijnovic won the javelin competition with a distance of 46.12 meters. At the Texas Relays, the Mustangs' best finish came from senior sprinter Stephanie Kalu, who took home 4th place in the 200-meter dash. SMU will split their squad once again Friday when sprinters and field athletes head to the Baylor Invitational, while distance runners will travel to California for the Stanford Invitational. Now, before we wrap this up, a couple of games to look out for this weekend. After earning a split of the good win with UAB last weekend, the SMU men's golf team will participate in the Vanderbilt-hosted Mason Rudolph Championship this Friday through Sunday.
And don't forget to check out SMU's new tennis complex this Friday as men's tennis will take on USF at 6 p.m. Well, that's all we've got for you on this week's Press Pass.
Before we let you go, don't forget to check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages.
And you can catch Press Pass as well as other SMU TV shows on Channel 9 of University Park Cable.
Enjoy the holiday weekend and be sure to check back next week for another edition of Press Pass, SMU Spotlight on Sports.
Have a great day, Mustangs.